IPOB, one greatest family. Please, I would like everybody to take their seat, please. Those who are outside, please kindly come inside. The program has started already. I would like to make a passionate appeal to each and every one of us who are here today in this 30th of May Biafra Heroes Day. Please, number one appeal is, as you are here, we would like every phone to be on silent. Every phone needs to be on silent to avoid distraction. Please, obey this very command, please. It is very, very important so that our program will run very smoothly. Second of it is, if you are here to celebrate our hero, please, if you know that you have anything like smoke, put it inside your pocket. Do not bring it out in this arena. Do not bring it out in this arena. As you can see, this is a government facility, and the reason why they have offered us this place is because we're a respectable organization, and we have to respect ourselves. We do our thing, and we go in peace. Please, if you have any things like that, please put it inside your pocket. Whenever we leave here, you can carry on with your personal life. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. IPOB. IPOB. Enyanyi Biafra wanti to ganye me ya kodema o. Enyanyi Biafra wanti to ganye me ya kodema o. Olisa kaina yo. Olisa kaina yo. IPOB, one greatest family. Nde wono muchineke.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. IPOB. IPOB. One family. Somehow our reading didn't finish outside. Due to the condition outside, we have to bring people in here because we have some little children that are here. We can't guarantee that continue to stay outside there will be healthy. So we have to finish our reading. We have the 8th reading here. So please bear with me as I read. We remember Ikonso and other of our gallant men and women of Eastern Security Network who paid the ultimate price for our freedom with their lives. We remember the victims of Asaba Massacre, Aba, Emene, Iguacha, Obiwo, Onitsha, Olo, and Mbo Massacre, etc. We remember the victims of Fulani terror herdsmen of Nigeria state-sponsored terror. We remember the victims of the Atlantic Ocean and Sahara Desert slave trade. We remember those that died in slave chains on the high sea and in the desert. Remember those that choose death rather than being slaves to another human being. We also remember those who suffered and died under the brutality and inhuman treatment of the slave owners. Using the lighted candle, we raise it up facing the east as we say, general response. May their courage be our inspiration and strength. You say, we have a short prayer to make. So please, we have to rise on our feet as we pray. Thank you. Almighty and most merciful Jicho-Kubwa, in whom we live and move and have our being, and before whom all men must hereafter appear to render an account of the deeds done in the body, we do most earnestly beseech thee to impress upon our minds the solemnity and infamy of this day. May we ever remember that in the midst of life we are in death, and so live and act our separate parts, that we may have no cause for sorrows or fear when the hour of departure is at hand. And on this, we commit our being in pursuit of Biafra. Of those who have died may find rest in your presence. Oh, hey, Biafra. IPOB. They won. Please, we might not continue to, some of us might expect that we speak in our native language. As we know, Biafra is a secular state. To some extent, some people that are new to what we are doing, or some people who are non-Biafrans, in one or two ways, have heard or read about the what we call incomplete history and publications being made by some media houses and historians. But the fact is that Biafra is a secular state and comprises of other ethnic nationalities. We have the Bibios, the Igede, Idoma, Ishekiri, and all the rest of them, including Igbos in Biafra. So, as a secular state, we have to speak in a language that everybody understands, because we know that it's not only Igbo Biafrans that are here. And as well, we can appreciate some of our distinguished guests here. Oh, hey, Biafra. So we want to welcome the presence. Please join me as we welcome Honorable Sir Shibu Vagesh, the CEO and Director, Signal Shipping. Please, sir, you're welcome. Thank you very much. So we have other of our distinguished guests who we perceive they are on their way coming. So, but we have to proceed with what we have here. So, ladies and gentlemen, friends of Biafra, lovers of freedom, I believe that everybody here today, you cannot be here if you're not a lover of freedom. So, sincerely, I appreciate all of you that have joined us today as we discuss Biafra and talk about the true story of Biafra, because we are the ones telling our story ourselves. So I want you all to join me as I welcome the National Coordinator of IPOB India in the name of Mazi Okechukwu. Mazi, please. Without wasting much of our time, we have already spent more than we supposed. So I have to invite Mazi Okechukwu for a welcome address to you all. Thank you. Please, sorry for that little error there. We'll have our welcome address by IPOB Secretary in India, Mazi Engineer Chinemerem Okeke. Mazi, please, you're welcome. Hello. You're welcome. Thank you.
IPOB.
One family.
IPOB India. 30th May Biafran Hero / Heroines Remembrance Day 2023. Welcome address. It is my pleasure to welcome you all, our brothers and sisters, lovers of freedom, our Indian family members, relatives, friends, and our guests and invitees to Biafran Hero/Heroines Remembrance Day 2023. We wish to let you know our knowledge and our vast experience of what Biafran is all about, what we are passing through. We, the Biafrans, has been victimized, intimidated, killed in mass during 1967 to 1970 civil war, both pregnant women and children. After the war, as they declared, no victor, no vanquish, Nigeria government and its military architects and security agencies has continued intimidating, killing Biafra with their security agencies and Fulani herdsmen. We have been clamoring and yelling for a referendum through the United Nations, but up to now, no response. We also wish to appeal to our Indian family and also Indian governments and family relatives to assist our goal in getting a government protection and asylum here, as our lives are in danger in our motherland, Biafra land. Our leader, Mazen Nandekano, has been kidnapped by Nigeria government and presently in DSS custody since over a year now, and up to date, nothing yet to show about him being released, as the court has demanded for his release. We hereby appeal also to our Indian governments to also hear our cry to assist us in getting a free and safety living here. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much. IPOB Secretary in India, Mazi Chinemerem Okeke. Thank you, everyone. As we go on to also acknowledge the presence of people that are making IPOB work in India. Please, I'm sorry that there was a slight error, but we have to welcome them to this event. We want to welcome all the zonal or regional coordinators in India, IPOB, from IPOB West Delhi. Please, the coordinator, if you're here, please. IPOB Navy Mumbai, IPOB Kolkata, IPOB West North Delhi, IPOB Palam, IPOB Gurgaon Zone, IPOB Greater Noida, IPOB Tamil Nadu Zone, IPOB Shapura, IPOB, and all the rest of hosts of you guys that are here today. We appreciate you because you are the ones piloting the affairs in India, and without you, it's going to be difficult for us to be here today. So that's a fact. So we welcome and appreciate all you're doing in India. So going forward, please join me as I welcome the National Coordinator of IPOB India for his opening remark. Mazi, please.
Good afternoon, all. I want to use this opportunity to thank you for being part and parcel of this particular great event today. It is my pleasure to welcome each and every one of you who is here today to commemorate with us in the remembrance of our fallen heroes who fought and died just because of for us to have the existence we have today. Please, you pause the video. Let me finish, please. Before I proceed, I must first and foremost send my greetings to our able leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is in the enemy's dungeon now. He is in the is in the DSS custody as we speak. Nigerian government kidnapped him from Kenya and kept him in a solitary confinement since nearly 2 years now. So I send my greetings to him And I pray unto God Almighty that wherever he is by now, may the strong hand of God Almighty continue to protect and safeguard him in the name of Jicho-Kubwa.
Yes, sir.
Secondly, I will not hesitate to send my profound greetings to the head of Directorate of State, a fine gentleman in the person of Mazi Sheka Edoziem, who in the absence of our leader, controlling the affairs of IPOB worldwide, at least in over 150 countries of the world. Mazi, wherever you are, I know this particular message will get to you in a very good condition. May you continue in the same direction because ndị Igbo na-asị na onye asị jide nke oji na nke oji amaka. Mazi Chike Edoziem, you are doing well. And may Jicho-Kubwa continue to guide you in whatsoever you are doing.
Yes, sir.
You shall see Biafra and beyond.
Yes, sir.
As I proceed, I want to as well send my greetings to our indefatigable Asian rep in the person of Mazi Charles Opanwa. Mazi, since we encountered you in this particular struggle, you have been wonderful, and we pray that God will continue to lead you as you continue in this particular path. I want to use this opportunity to send my greetings to IPOB India, from the number one person to the last person. Before I proceed, I will recognize the presence of our coordinators here. At least they are the representative of our zones here. Please, if I call upon your name, you have to rise up and wave your hand to the people so that they will know you at least and understand and recognize what you've been doing for your people. I will start with Mazi Timothy Uboch, who represents us in North Delhi as our coordinator. Ndewo Mazi. May Jicho-Kubwa continue to strengthen you and provide every enablement required for you to deliver this work.
Yes, sir.
Ndewo. Without wasting time, I will not hesitate to recognize our Navy Mumbai coordinator, who is sitting next to the North Delhi coordinator, in the person of Mazi Humphrey Chidiade Nze. Mazi Nze, please. Oh, hey, Biafra. He came all the way from Mumbai, and they are making us proud in Mumbai. Mazi, Jicho-Kubwa is your strength. May you continue to do the good work you are doing. Sir. As we proceed further, we will not wait to recognize our coordinator in Vikaspuri Shapura zone, in the person of Mazi Oscar Udalo Wachinemelo.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Mazi, you are welcome in our midst. As we proceed, we are recognizing our brother Mazi Ikechukwu Osuji, who represents us in Grugan zone.
Oh, hey, Biafra. There we go.
Mazi Ndewo, you are welcome. Mazi Udoka is the next person sitting, and he is representing us in Kolkata, and he came from all the way from Kolkata. Mazi, please.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
They are doing us proud in Kolkata. Mazi, I pray that God Almighty will continue to strengthen you in the work you are doing for your people. As we proceed, I can see that our coordinator in Palam is there in the person of Mazi Jerome Uzoka. Enyi Biafra. Mazi, you are welcome. Thank you. Mazi Ihanacho Iluanya is our coordinator in Taminado. Mazi, you can wave your hand to the people. As we proceed, I will not wait to recognize the chairman of this particular committee that organized this particular great event, Mazi Igwe Ugochukwu Joseph. He is also our coordinator in Devlin Road. Mazi, please.
One family. There we go.
Mazi Nzubechukwu Solomon Obi is also sitting next to him, and he represents us in West Delhi zone.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Please, all protocols observed. I have to go to the reading now. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by shedding light on the rich history of Biafra, dating back over 5,000 years ago. Unfortunately, our adversaries and certain foreign publications have inaccurately portrayed Biafran history wrongly, limiting it to the period from 1967 until now. They often associate Biafra solemnly with the Igbo people. It is important to understand that Biafra share a deep-rooted history that spans centuries, predating slavery and the European conquest of African colonialism. The diverse ethnic groups that constitute Biafra include Igbo, Ibibio, Efik, Idoma, Igala, Igede, Izong in bracket Ijo, Ibanke, Isoko, and Ishekiri. Throughout Biafra existence, they have lived harmoniously with one another, cherishing their rich culture and values. They have practiced democratic republicanism right from the beginning, followed their ancestral religion, in bracket Judaism, built pyramids, possessed abundant natural and human resources, and achieved prosperity in all aspects of life. However, the tragic British invasion led to the fall of Biafra as well as other nationalities that makes up Biafra and the subsequent amalgamation of various entities in 1914, which resulted in the formation of the present-day contraption called Nigeria. It is crucial to recognize that Nigeria remains a British creation, forcefully amalgamated for economic and political gains, while its sustainability comes at the expense of the indigenous nationalities trapped into the contraption. It is important to know that in history, all the first amalgamations of diverse cultures, religions, ways of life, and value systems throughout history has invariably led to destruction. Nigeria is a clear example of this. We are competing values, cultural system, coexistence with republicanism in the east, that means in bracket Biafra, feudalism in the north, in bracket Hausa Fulani, and monarchism in the west, in bracket Yoruba. These different systems, ideologies, and ways of life have only resulted in disaster and each time any attempt is made to reconcile them. Moreover, there are cultures, norms, and practices in certain religions of Nigeria that goes against universally accepted standards. For instance, it is considered a taboo in Biafra for over 50-year-old man or adult to marry an 8-year-old minor. Yet in the north, such unions are celebrated, allowing 55-year-old man or men to take 8-year-old girl as their fourth or fifth wives in Hausa Fulani land. Religious tension, particularly between Islam and Christianity, have exacerbated the situation, leading to continuous massacre and the beheading of Christians, regardless of their age, particularly Biafran Christians. These catastrophic events have fostered disagreement, uncertainties, widespread hatred within Nigerian society. A particular ethnic group, the Fulani, sorry, please. The Fulani are actively working to dominate other nationalities in Nigeria through thuggery, religious intolerance, terrorism, political corruption, power tussle, and control. Notably, over 40,000 Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen, and ISWAP members have been incorporated into the Nigerian military by the Fulani-dominated Nigerian government, further polarizing the military with terrorists and facilitating their conquest of other ethnic groups. Since its amalgamation, Nigeria has brought about death and destruction to Biafrans and other nationalities within its borders. On the June 22nd, 1945, there was a pogrom in Jos, the northern part of Nigeria, Hausa Fulani land, which claimed the lives of hundreds of Biafran and their properties destroyed. No one was apprehended for it, and no investigation was conducted to officially recognize the reasons for this gruesome act with the British government in charge. In 1953, before independence, thousands of Biafrans were violently murdered in Kano, and their properties worth millions of dollars looted. Between May and October 1966, over 30,000 Biafrans were murdered, and between October 1966 and June 1967, over 100,000 Biafrans were killed. A situation where pregnant women were massacred and their unborn babies ripped out of their wombs. Between July 1966 to 15th January 1970, over 5 million Biafrans over 5 million Biafran men, women, and children were killed in a British-sponsored Biafran genocide that allowed Nigeria to massacre our people in millions using starvation. And this is the second highest genocide in the modern history after the Jewish Holocaust, with air, land, and sea blockade that prevented aid from foreign institutions and countries, information blockade, and lies to perfect their plans. Again, hundreds of Biafrans were killed in the north between 1993-1998 during the Moshood Abiola era, and the Biafrans were again massacred during the death of Abiola and Abacha in 1998. At the beginning of 2001, the Islamic Sharia law was implemented, and the incident saw the death of more than 1,000 Biafrans between 2001 and 2002. In 2005, 6 Biafran youth were extrajudicially killed by the Nigerian police force in Apo, Abuja. The killing, which was later named the Apo 6 killings, and justice has not been served until now. On the 18th of February 2006 in Maiduguri, and in almost all the northern states of Nigeria, the Muslims were protesting over the publication of the cartoon of Prophet Muhammad by a Danish newspaper, and for that reason, over 100 Biafrans were killed in a case that has nothing to do with them. Between October 8, 2007, 11th March 2011, 24th April 2011, 26th August 2011, 1st September 2011, 25th September 2011, January 5th 2012, January 6th 2012, 16th March 2012, 8th August 2012, March 13, 2013, 2nd September 2013, 28th September 2013, etc. Nigeria has been killing Biafrans through their security agencies, riot, using terrorists, and through other means available to them. Since the creation of IPOB by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the killing of Biafrans has skyrocketed as Biafran youths are killed on a regular basis for demanding their sovereign state of Biafra. In 2017, Buhari regime declared IPOB a terrorist group with no merit. Other countries of the world, including the US, the UK, the EU, Canada, India, China, etc., faulted the move by the government and continue to recognize IPOB as a legitimate, peaceful freedom-fighting organization. Since the first declaration of IPOB as a terrorist group, the Nigerian government has been killing, kidnapping, torturing, and imprisoning Biafrans across all parts of Nigeria. A clear case of this is the kidnapping, in brackets, extraordinary rendition of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from Kenya to Nigeria and kept him in a solitary confinement for up to 2 years now, even after the Nigerian courts set him free from all allegations meted out to him. The United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention gave Nigeria 6 months to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but Nigeria, in disobedience to the law, has violated their treaties, international conventions, disobeying court orders, and continuing to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under torture amid his deteriorating health conditions. In the case of proscribing IPOB as a terrorist group, many international organizations, Inter-Society, Amnesty International, the ECOWAS, Abia State High Court, Nigeria, has faulted Nigeria reasons for classifying IPOB as a terror group. But Nigeria, in the high-handedness, has continued to delay all protocols to subjugate and kill Biafrans. All these are happening because of the British quest to continue to sustain their political and economic interests in Nigeria, using the Fulani people to protect their colonial and post-colonial order, because had it been that people were not forced into Nigeria by the British, there would not be no Nigeria at the first place, and it is clear that the British is doing everything possible to keep their enclave, Nigeria in brackets, running. The enormous death, destruction Nigeria has caused the Biafran people are immeasurable, and we have been defending ourselves to put a stop to it. Millions have paid with their lives for this cause, even in the era of IPOB, and we will continue this movement until total liberation is achieved. Before I go any further, I would want to shock the House by presenting one of our brothers who had a direct confrontation with the Nigerian military on the 30th of May 2016 in the person of Mazi Chidozie Onoha. Nigeria shot him dead. Chidozie, you must come at the front so that people will see you and the camera will capture you. this brother was shot by the Nigerian military. And many of the people that they encountered the military together, majority of them were dead. During that time, they killed over 60 Biafrans protesting peacefully in Nigeria. And that very particular day, we were at Jantamanta protesting free of charge on that very particular day. On that particular event, we were called to let us know that many of our comrades had been shot in Nigeria, and many of them were dead. And this brother was kind of fortunate enough to be alive, and that was why IPOB brought him to India for treatment. I want the camera to capture that leg for record purposes as I proceed.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Mazi, before you proceed, we want to show this video to our audience to understand clearly about the event of 2016.
Here. Okay, here. Second video. No, first video. I want first video. First video. First video. Give me first video. This third video. Don't worry. You show this.
So, this is what the event of 2016 looked like. These are how our comrades were marching peacefully, protesting before Nigeria securities attacked us in our peaceful mode, celebrating, protesting on that day. So this is what it looks like, and a lot of comrades sincerely were killed in this event.
Please, Mazi, please, little correction. This one was the one that happened in Aba.
Oh, the one in Aba?
Yes, this one happened in Aba.
Of course, we know that Nigeria government has been killing Biafrans over and over again. It's not new. It has been happening. And even till this moment, we got an information, people in Aba, telling us to pray for them because they are under occupation by the same Nigeria military, joint police force of the Nigerian Federation. They are holding our people hostage currently in Aba. So, though I'm unable to understand how the situation, whether it has escalated or not, but this is the information we are getting. Thank you.
All right, please, let me proceed, please. We understand the strength of our enemies and the battle ahead, but we are not relenting in our resolve, nor giving an inch to what freedom promises. The fight for Biafra liberation has taken a new turn since the emergence of IPOB, and today we are doing things differently, better, and making friends around the world, meeting people, institutions, and governments, and telling our stories ourselves. This has given the world a clear understanding of Biafra and the wickedness meted on us during the Biafran genocide. We are committed to pursuing our cause in the manner until a referendum is conducted for Biafra to be free from British Nigerian imperialism. We are on the path of spreading the good message of freedom to the world, and there are many we can call our friends today, including India. We appreciate India for welcoming us and supporting us in her capacity so far. We also beseech you to do more for our people here who face challenges with the security personnel, especially the police who arrest them for invalid documents. Most Biafrans, especially IPOB members who have been deported after being arrested by the police, were kidnapped by the Nigerian Secret Police, DSS, at Nigerian airport, and most of them are nowhere to be found today. We urge the authorities in India to look deeply into this matter and consider political protection. For Biafrans here who have no one to defend them and in the hands of the Nigerian government, I thank you all for being part of this significant event that holds a lot in our history. And I pray that Jicho-Kubwa will continue to bless all of you as you show honor and compassion to our Heroes Day. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Mazi, for that wonderful speech. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Ikogulunu. Ikogulunu. We still have a lot here. So, opportunity now, our own till whenever we get tired. So, for some of us that doesn't understand Igbo, I'm so sorry, but we have to proceed. Yeah, just a reminder, this event is being live streamed on Facebook and also in other social platforms owned by IPOB India. So that's a reminder. And also, we want to remember some of our comrades in India and elsewhere, especially those in India who are unable to make it here due to one reason or the other. As we can see, we have our comrades in other states of India, from Kolkata to Tamil Nadu to Mumbai and all the rest of it, to some of them in Gurgaon. So not all of us are here today, but at the same time, we remember what they hold for this struggle, so we also appreciate them. Going forward, ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome our guest speaker today in the name of Mr. Shibu. Thank you.
My brothers and sisters of IPOB, I bring greetings from Indian soil. The Bible says that the Lord is my strength, and the victory comes from the Lord. Hallelujah.
Amen.
The wickedness of the injustice against the Biafran people and the critical analysis of the role of the Nigerian government and the international community. The Nigerian government and the wider world have a long history of treating the Biafran people, who are preliminary from the southeast of Nigeria, unfairly and wickedly. The objective of the report is to be critical analysis of the numerous types of injustice and evil that have happened with the Biafran people have endured, as well as the contributions of the Nigerian government and the international community to ensure the continuations of this injustice. The Biafran people have a long history of a political and economical dominance in the Nigerian before the 1960 independence. They also have a rich culture past. However, since Nigerian independence from Biafran is from Britain in 1960, the Biafran people have experienced the huge marginalization and discrimination. This marginalization led the declaration of the Republic of Biafra in 1967, which sparked the brutal civil war that lasted until 1970. The war resulted in the death of over 5 million Biafrans, preliminary due to the starvation and disease. The political marginalization since the end of the civil war, the Biafran people have been systematically excluded from the key political position in Nigeria. This has led to the lack of representation and the feeling of disenfranchisement among the Biafran population. The economic injustice. The southern east region of Nigeria, where the Biafran people predominantly reside, is rich in natural resources, particularly oil. However, the Nigerian government has constantly exploited these resources without adequately investing the development of this region. This has led in the widespread poverty, underdevelopment, and environmental degradation in the Biafran community. The Nigerian government has been accused for numerous human rights abuse against the Biafran people, include extrajudicial killing, torture, and forced disappearance. This abuse perpetrated by the Nigerian security forces and have intensified over the year due to the growing influence and the resultantness of the Biafran restoration movement, which seeks the self-determination and independence for the Biafran people in 2021. The leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nandi Kanu, which abducted from Kenya and was extraordinarily redemption from the Kenya to Nigeria against the international law. United Nations Working Group has ordered that Nigerian government to release Mazi Nandi Kanu unconditionally and compensate him appropriately for infringing on his rights. Yet, Nigerian government refuses to comply with these orders. Nigerian Appeal Court has discharged and acquitted Mazi Nandi Kanu for every count charges that Nigerian governments level against him. Yet, Nigerian government refused to release the leader of IPOB, Mazi Nandi Kanu. The international community has largely turned a blind eye to the plight of the Biafran people during the Biafran War. Many countries, including the United States and the United Kingdom, etc., supported the Nigerian government to subjugate the Biafran people for providing them the military and the financial aid. This support enabled the Nigerian government to continue its brutal campaign against the Biafran people, resulting in the death of over 5 million people of Biafrans. In the recent year, the international community has continued to explore their economy and political interest in Nigeria as against the human rights and well-being of the Biafran people, despite humorous reports of human rights abuses by the Nigerian government. The international community has failed to take meaningful action to address these issues of wickedness. The Biafran people have faced a long history of injustice and wickedness at the hand of Nigerian government and the international community. It is very critical for the international community to recognize and address this injustice and to support the Biafran people in their quest of self-determination and independence as contained in the United Nations Charter. The independence of Biafra is long overdue. The more the international community is delaying the declaring Biafra as an independent nation, the more Africa will continue to be in the dark. As Biafra is the light bearer of the African continent, all honest nations and NGOs who are the lovers of freedom, justice, should support this restoration of Biafra. As in the end, I want to say, as injustice to one is injustice to all. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shibu, for that wonderful speech. We appreciate you being here today with us as a lover of freedom and as a friend of Biafra. So thank you very much. So, all hail Biafra. As we are proceeding, we want to welcome, I think we have a perceived program by our children here today. Okay, so please, we want to give them the audience to come and the Biafran children in India to come and show us what Biafra look like in their own form. Thank you. I get removed with this. Yes, everybody. All hail Biafra. IPOB. If we look at the faces of these beautiful children here, we can understand that Biafra is alive. Biafra is alive. Kwezioku. Obuna in India. We have hope. If we look at them, we understand that we are capable of building a very profound society. So, please, I want you, all of you, to join us as we celebrate our children, using this means to celebrate them and also hear what they want to tell us. What's your name?
Ogechi Umudu.
Ahiao Ogechi Umudu. You are welcome. What's your name?
Chidema. Chidema.
Ahiao Chidema. Yeah, please.
Angela Marachi Chuku Adele. Afamubu Chidima Umudu. Chomasom.
And where are you from?
I am a Biafran.
Where are you from?
Biafran.
And where are you from?
Abu Moni Biafra na Africa. Biafra land.
All hail Biafra. Our struggle is for these people, not for us. If it's for us, I will say let us relax in India and forget about that side. But these people must surely go and see where we come from. All hail Biafra. IPOB. IPOB. One family.
IPOB.
One family.
IPOB.
All hail
Biafra.
All hail.
Biafra.
And Biafra must do what?
Free.
Biafra must to come.
Biafra Biafra.
We believe that Biafra must come.
Yes.
Holy, holy, holy. Nnamdi Kanu is another Savior. Holy, holy.
Holy, holy, holy. Nnamdi Kanu is another Savior.
Holy, holy.
Holy, holy. We are the Kanu is another Savior.
Oh, hey, Biafra. We are about to sing the song, eh? We all know our song, right? Kakolu mwasi akabikonu. Aha. Orika shibikonu. Today is our day. Our time is for these children. Sir? Okay. He said, I said that I am wrong, that I have to give mic to them to introduce themselves. All hail Biafra. Nnam. Say all hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. My name is Mazi Echezona Emmanuel Omodo. Emmanuel Omodo, I'm from a state called Aumambara, which is Anambra, na Biafra. I'm from a of Umuoji, under Idemili North local government. All hail Biafra. Now, can I be the name? What is your name?
Choma Anthony.
And where are you from?
Biafra land.
And you?
My name is Amanda Lisa.
And where are you from?
In Nigeria.
Why can't you make it? Say I am from Biafra.
I'm from Biafra.
Because, hello, all hail Biafra. Because I'm talking to the parents in this auditorium. Please, let us always tell our children where we come from, where they belong, because they may make mistake tomorrow. And if they make mistake, who made the mistake is the parents. All hail Biafra. If we continue to tell them this is one thing, the zoo is where we come from. When they grow, they believe that they come from zoo. And they will be acting like an animal. God forbid you cannot be so with our children in the name of Jicho-Kubwa. You are Biafra. Say I'm Biafra.
I'm from Biafra.
Correct. What is your name?
Dynamis.
Dynamis, from where? Biafra.
Biafra.
What's your name?
My name is Angela Marachi Chukwuadele.
From where?
I am a Biafran.
What's your name?
My name is Princess Chidima Adele.
And from where?
Biafra land.
Correct. What is your name?
Chibuja.
Chibuja. From where? Biafra.
Biafra.
Now, what's your name?
Chukudubem.
Jicho-Kubwa. Correct. From where?
Biafra land.
Correct.
I've already said. I've already said.
They are looking, watching. What's your name?
Choma Son,
And from where?
Biafra land.
What's your name?
Chiduma.
From where?
Biafra land.
Correct, girl. And
My name is Chidera.
Chidera from where?
Biafra land.
Correct, girl.
My name is Ngozia Son,
And from where, kids?
Biafra land.
Correct. And your name?
Chidima Umudo.
From where?
Biafra land.
Correct. And you?
Ogechi Umudu.
From where?
Biafra land.
Correct. Inga.
Afamuga Bube Chuku Umudu. Abumone Biafra in Africa. Come!
What's your name?
Biayana.
Braran. From where?
Biafran land.
Correct. I'm working.
With you?
No. Oh yeah. Our voice can be able to. Our voice is loud, right? Yeah. Because one mic cannot be enough for us. So let us sing. We know the song. Yeah. And the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Fighting for our freedom in the name of Jicho-Kubwa, we shall conquer. We are Biafras, fighting for our freedom in the name of Jesus Christ, we shall conquer. We are Biafras, fighting for our freedom in the name of Jicho-Kubwa, we shall conquer. We are Biafras, fighting for our freedom in the name of Jicho-Kubwa, we shall conquer. We are Biafras, fighting for our freedom in the name of Jicho-Kubwa, we shall conquer. We are Biafras, fighting for our freedom in the name of Jicho-Kubwa, we shall conquer. Biafras, fighting for our freedom in the name of Jicho-Kubwa, Ekike, we shall conquer. Biafra! Biafra! One family! One family! IBOB! Freedom!
Onere! Oh, hey, Biafra. Oh, hey, Biafra. You see, this is why we need the kids. So at least they have provided for us a moment of brilliance, a moment of entertainment. Because come by on the queen, all this is for animals, for them, they are the Hagigidego and where goes it? But they have come to at least brighten our face and enlighten our mind about how important they are. Ufodo herself, Onu had is very stronger than my own, the way they sing. Oh, hey, Biafra. So we proceed. All right. This moment, we want to welcome any principal officer of IPOB India who wants to give us a word of encouragement today or whatsoever you have for us, please, you might come forward. All right.
IPOB.
One family.
IPOB.
One family.
One greatest family.
IPOB.
Ladies and gentlemen, men of goodwill, lovers of freedom, fellow Biafrans, comrades who have gathered here today in this very wonderful event. National Coordinator, Able National Coordinator, Mazi, okay, Wim. Zonal coordinators from Mumbai, West Mumbai, Navy Mumbai, Kolkata, Dravidanadu, Bangalore, and also to all the environs in New Delhi. We welcome you to today's 30th of May Biafra Heroes Day. Today, as we all seated here, we reflect in the memory of what has transpired in the 1967 to 70. The world called it Biafra War. But to our own understanding, it is not a Biafra war, because Biafra has never declared war against Nigeria. Therefore, it is Nigerian war against Biafra. It is a genocide. To those who also call it Biafra war, we want to also remind them that this is a third world war. It is a genocide and a war that consists of support from Britain, Nigeria, Egypt, the Soviet Union. They all conspire together to slaughter, maim, kill the young Biafrans, the adult, the children of Biafra in millions. This is the second worst genocide in the world, after the Jewish Holocaust. The Biafrans were slaughtered in millions, in about 6 million. Yet today, the world kept mum. The world kept silent to these gruesome murders of Biafrans, as if we don't exist, as if blood do not run in their vein. Today, we also use this very opportunity to remember the warriors of Ekumeku, those who battled and defended the Biafra land from the British invasion, which began in 1883 to 1914. This war lasted for 31 years. It was a war that was fought against British invasion from Anioma, from all the way, all the entire, all the Abo, Delta State, Isele, Iseluku. This war was fought to make sure that the entire Delta region and Igbo race is being defended. Many were killed, many were arrested, and many were taken as prisoners and also sold into slavery. They are our heroes too, because our history reminded us that Biafra land is a land filled with milk and honey in a rich heritage. The British, they knew this. They knew who we are, even more than us. They knew that we are sons and daughters of Jicho-Kubwa, the people who had direct covenant with the Almighty Creator, Jicho-Kubwa. They know that truly these are children of God. Therefore, they have been doing everything that they can to be able to suppress us, to make sure that we never stand on our feet. They have been doing everything that they can to make sure that Biafra never comes. But we have resolved that instead that Biafra will not come, let all men perish. If at the end of the day, if it is only one Biafra man that is left, let him continue. Let him continue to build and dominate. Because in 33 AD, we had a covenant with the Jicho-Kubwa. He told our ancestors that generations upon generations of Biafra shall die, shall come and go, but a time shall come, a generation shall come that will rise and restore the kingdom of God on earth. That generation is us, who is existing today, and we shall not give in. We have resolved that whatever it takes, we shall offer it. If it is our blood, we shall offer it to make sure that Biafra comes. The British is known for destruction. The British are known for causing carnage. There is no country that they colonize that is at peace. They colonize Nigeria and make sure that Nigeria today is in tremble, in total turmoil. They merge nations that do not have any cultural affiliation together. They merge them one for their own selfish interest. They slaughter our people with impunity. We can never forget the Aba women riot. Women of resilience, women of valor, who decided to stand up and say enough is enough to the British, who are giving a quantum taxation to the market women. Today, as we are remembering our heroes, we are also remembering the Aba women's riot. They are a very powerful women, and we are very proud of them. Today, as we gather here also, we remember Biafrans who were murdered from 1945 on to 1953. From From 1945 to 1953, about 40,000 Biafrans were murdered. This has happened to our people. This has been happening to our people in Nigeria. And there is no sign that it is coming to an end very soon. Because they have sworn that this state Biafra will exist. Let everything perish. On this very day, as we all seated here, we must reflect and tell ourselves that we are proudly Biafrans. Because when the war began, we had no soldiers. The only soldiers that we had were about 3,500 soldiers. We began the war with 3,500 soldiers. But just with that little numbers of soldiers, we were able to stood our ground, fighting to defend what is right and just, to defend the land which Jicho-Kubwa has given to our ancestors. With 3,500 men, we began to defend the Holy Land of Biafra, and the British and the Nigeria and the Soviet Union with Egypt, they continue to strike. They continue to strike. They continue to kill. They brag that the war will only last the maximum of 2 weeks. But the spirit of Biafra kept our men going. We do not have arms. We do not have weapons. But the resilience of Biafran soldiers kept them going until the war lasted about 30 months. Today, as I'm standing here today, I want to inform us that as you are here, wherever you go, you should be proud of whom you are. Biafra is the first nation in Africa to ever build a nuclear weapon. There is no nation on Africa that has ever built a nuclear weapon, but Biafra did it. We had no weapons, but our men stood their ground. Thanks to Dr. Felix Oragu, who was the head of Biafra scientist discovery. He gathered his men and were able to discover Ogbunigwe, which was what changed the dimension of the war. When these men were able to build Ogbunigwe, they were able to strike the enemies and kill them in numbers. We thank them for standing their ground to make sure that Biafra land is defended. Today, we are also informing the Indian government for them to know that what Biafra has suffered and continue to suffer is what also they suffered in the hands of Britain. There is no differences. We all know that Britain spent about over 350 years in India. They subjugated the Indians, killed and starved over millions of India. It is the same fate that Biafrans suffered. Therefore, Indian government India as the highest democracy in the world has what it takes to stand up for what is right and just and speak against the injustice meted on Biafrans. The United Nations has kept mum because they all conspire to make sure that Biafra does not exist. They saw us as another Japan that is coming up in Africa. They said that we are similar, that we should not be allowed to ever exist, that should Biafra exist, the world will come to an end. But today we are assuring the world that should Biafra exist, Biafra will bring peace. Biafra will be a beacon of lasting solution to the wars that are being fought all over the world. The world must know that Biafra is not coming to take over other people's space. We are fighting for our freedom to be able to preserve our lives, our cultures, and our traditions. We must be given the opportunity and the equal right that has been given to other nations that has emerged. Nations like Kosovo has emerged through a direct human right. The same charter which is enshrined under United Nations must be given to us for us to exercise our right. We are human beings, and we have blood running in our veins. The same right that was given to Southern Sudan and made them to have their freedom today. The same right that was given to East Timor that made them to have their own independence today. This is what we are asking for. And such right must be accorded to us. The extraordinary rendition Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. This is not a one-man show. It is a collaboration with other world leaders, other nations. This is a leader of 70 million people who were kidnapped, rendition to Nigeria, kept in solitary confinement, and the world kept silent. It is a shame to the international community because this must be condemned. It is a shame to the European Union who kept quiet because this is supposed to be condemned. This is a shame to those who claim to be the world power, the United States. These are the people who came into Africa to come and teach us democracy. We are asking a question. Is democracy only applicable outside Africa? Don't we have the same right to practice the same democracy that is being practiced in UK, in the US, in Russia, and other Western nations? The people who throws bombs in Hiroshima is coming to teach us what democracy is all about. Today, we are telling them that before they are practicing their own Western democracy, that the Biafra had practiced that same democracy to the highest order, where men and women are equal and well respected. We are telling the world today that Biafra has come to exist, and there is no man that can stop it. We are sending a direct message to the United Kingdom that they have a very slim chance, a very tiny opportunity to do what is right, and the failure to do so, calamity is coming. We are also using this very opportunity to inform the Nigerian government that they have a very slim chance also to do what is right and just. Failure to do so, the zoo will crumble. Today, as we all gathered here, have it in mind that there shall be nothing that will stop the coming of Biafra. No man born of a woman can stop the restoration of the kingdom of Jicho-Kubwa here on earth.
Yes,
It is a mandate from heaven and above, and it shall come true. And those who is nothing in their mind to stop or quench the restoration of Biafra must have it in their mind that they have a death wish. Because we have been killed in millions. We have been buried in a mass grave. But nevertheless, Biafrans don't die. Biafrans are like mattress. The more you kill us, the more we arise. The more you kill us, the more we reincarnate. Some of us seated here, or some of us who are in this very struggle, We are people who were killed during the war. But our souls and our spirit reincarnated to continue the fight. And we shall continue this fight till the declaration of Biafra.
Sir.
I want to tell us today that as we all have gathered here, you have it as an obligation to teach your children what Biafra is all about. Teach them to respect our flag. Teach them how to sing our national anthem. Teach them to be law-abiding when Biafra comes. Teach them to obey the rules of law in Biafra. Teach them to be a pan-Biafran. Teach them to always respect the rule of law of Biafra. Teach them to love Biafra. Because he who loves and respects Biafra will never go against Biafra. He who loves and respects Biafra will never do anything that will destroy Biafra. Those who are fighting for are these children. We know that some of us may have 40 years, 50 years to spend here on earth. But right now, as we are here, we have it as a duty to build Biafra of our own taste. We want to build Biafra that is more beautiful than Kuwait, that is more beautiful than UAE. It is you and I that will do it. Therefore, fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom, at the end of this program, we shall all leave here, but I want us to go with something in our mind, that whatever it takes, come rain, come shine, Biafra must surely come in existence. There shall be no man or woman that can stop Biafra. And we are using this opportunity to demand that the Nigerian government obey its court order and release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let my people go. Oh, hey.
Biafra.
IPOB.
One family.
One greatest family.
IPOB. Thank you very much, Mazi Igwe Ugochukwu Joseph. Thank you. Like you said, we have to build the Biafra of our dream. And in your own words, the Biafra of our dream starts now. And it starts with encouraging our children on what is right and wrong. Start incubating that spirit of patriotism, that spirit of compassion, empathy, that spirit of oneness, love, and dignity in them. If we are able to do that, that I can assure you is the Biafra we hope for. So going forward, please, any other person who wants to give us words of encouragement, please, we are also waiting for you. While waiting for others, please permit me to read out what is written by one of our comrades here. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and my fellow Biafrans, today we gather here to celebrate and honor Heroes Day, a special occasion in our history where we pay tribute to the courageous individuals, Biafrans and non-Biafrans, who have selflessly dedicated themselves to the service of Biafra, Biafra's freedom and well-being. It is a day to recognize everyone who has shown extraordinary bravery, resilience, and compassion in the face of uncertainty. Heroes are not born, but are made through the choices and decisions they make during difficult times. They are like every one of us who has risen above their fears and possessed the courage to inspire every other person through their actions and sacrifices. Their unwavering dedication serves as a guiding light, reminding us of the immense power we all possess to make a difference in the world. We also honor everyone who has contributed to the defense of freedom and ensure our security upholds the freedom, the promises that comes with freedom. Their commitments to duty, often at great personal risk, is a testament to their love for Biafra and for humanity. On this Heroes Day, we remember the class of the 60s. When we say the class of the 60s, we are talking about those who fought like never before, those who the world thought couldn't do it, but to an extent, they went on to make the world understand a certain Biafra that we are. That is why today, anywhere in the world where you stand as a Biafra, people tend to give you some sort of respect because of what the people of the 60s did. So we appreciate them. Those that defended our land against the enemies between 97 to 70. General Dim Chukwemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, the Biafran head of state. General Philip F. Young, deputy head of state. Colonel Achuzie, chief of general staff, sorry. Major General Omunakwe Aguironsi, Lieutenant DJ Oweziri, Lieutenant K. De Warribo, and hosts of others who laid the path for our generation to continue on this course. We salute the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is leading us today on this march for freedom. He has been the light that has inspired us amid the difficult challenges we face at the hands of our adversaries. We also pay tribute to all of you who are on this path for the total restoration of Biafra, especially in IPOB. Those of you who are holding the line and rekindled our hope for total emancipation from our adversaries. All of you who have been upholding discipline to keep our community going and clearing the path for our children and generations to come to have a better land of Biafra. We salute you. All volunteers, especially our ESN, those in the DOS, the legal team, the media warriors, our teachers, hospital workers, road workers, activists, etc., have exemplified the spirit of selflessness and compassion. You have inspired us through your kindness, empathy, and unwavering determination to make a better society for all, even at personal risk. Today is a reminder that heroism is not confined to extraordinary circumstances or grand gestures. Each of us has the capacity to be a hero in our own lives by living with integrity, by standing up for what is right, and by treating others with respect. It can also be demonstrated in our unity to build a better future for everyone, as we have gathered here today. As we celebrate Heroes Day, it is a great opportunity to inspire heroes of the future. It is a great moment to look deeply and encourage our young ones on the responsibility of being heroes and to encourage them to embrace those responsibilities with empathy, service, and respect, as that lies the greater future that we seek for all. When we encourage our young ones for good, we will be sure of a better world where diversity is respected, cultures embraced, and deepen our cooperation to solve the enormous problems facing our world. Thank you. And may Heroes Day serve as a reminder of the power we possess to shape a brighter future for all. Signed, Mazi Okebaramche Dozie, National PRO of IPOB India. Thank you. All right, comrades, we have one of our friends here who want to say something.
Good afternoon to everybody. Friends from Biafra. I met your seniors and your people who are living in our country. And I'm in media, and so when I met them 2 years back, so I felt, I was not aware that such countries exist, because when India got freedom, so I'm just feeling that how it must have been for our forefathers, when they were under the British colonial rule. So I can imagine your plight now, and I wish that better sense prevails on the rulers of the world, the peace, you know, we have some peace accord coming in the world soon, and you all get your freedom. Yeah, so I think I should salute to all of you that you're having courage to live in a, you know, means you're engulfed by all that, what I saw on the video. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, as we know, we are on the path of making friends around the world. And with the help of, with what IPOB have done over the years, with what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has inspired all of us to do, we can see that we are making progress. In more than 150 countries, IPOB exists. And if we exist in over 150 countries, that is 150 progress made. So I am very, very happy that we are making friends and having lovers of freedom, people that believe in liberty, people that understand what it means to live. Not just what it means to live, but what it means to live in fulfillment. Being friends and allies of Biafra today. So thank you very much. We appreciate you. So we are still waiting for our principal officers or people from the audience anybody who wants to give any word of encouragement, Biafrans, lovers of freedom, friends of Biafra, please, any of you who have anything to tell us can come forward. You can share your experience about what we are doing here today. Thank you.
IPOB, IPOB, one family. My name's Mazi Obinna Karanwolu. Mazi Obinna Karanwolu here from Abombise, Imo State in Biafra land. Here in New Delhi, India, I want to use this opportunity to thank our leader here, Mazi Okechukwu Egwim, who gave us this platform today. And also, I want to emphasize only here in India, using New Delhi as a point of contact to reach our other states where our people are domiciled. Today, I want to urge every Biafran here in New Delhi, even those that will watch us online that are in India, I want you to understand Nibai na tilusu agawa magarube agana agatukwa asu ugebrenam achram ka onye ukwu na onye nta. All of us in India, if you know that you have never been serious with this quest of freedom of the Biafran people, I want to tell you today, I want to urge you today to have a rethink. I want to tell you that you should have a rethink. To know that what we are doing is a serious thing. And if we don't do it now, no one can do it for us. As our leader rightly said, he said, this generation, when we go, there's no one that can be like us. So I want to urge you, you that are members in your zone, wherever you are representing, I want you to be very serious. Whatever we are doing, you should make sure that you are serious about it. You attend your meeting. You support their coordinators. Support them at any level. Because what we are looking for is not a small thing. It's not an easy thing. It's not easy journey. We need tough-minded people. They say the kingdom of God suffereth violence, and violent people, violence one taketh it by force. We are going to take our freedom by force. Nobody can serve it to us. If we look at what happened yesterday from the zoo, they have one Baba, hand they shake, leg they shake. It can't happen in Biafra land. We can't have that kind of Baba. So I want to urge every one of us today, if you know that you are still a spectator, I want you to change. Become participator. Don't be among those that clap, that come to view. Be participating. And in the area of your participating, I want you to become a striker. If you're a defender, be an exceptional one. If you're a striker, strike very well. This journey is a tough journey, and we must come out victoriously. Ndewo n'ụmụ Chineke. All hail Biafra.
IPOB, IPOB, one family. Ikwere na Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Ikwere na Biafra, wele ne mofu aka genu. Ikwere na Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Ikwere na Biafra, wele ne mofu aka genu. Nwanne m ikwere na Biafra, Biafra ga-enwe mmeri. Ikwere na Biafra, wele ne mofu aka genu. Ikwere na Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Ikwere na Biafra, wele ne mofu aka genu. Enye anyị Biafra nwantịntị oge anyị eme ya ka ọ dị mma. Enye anyị Biafra nwantịntị oge. Enye anyị Biafra nwantịntị oge anyị eme ya ọkacha mma. Enye anyị Biafra. Chukwu okike anyị na-ayọ na nna biko enye anyị Biafra IPOB. My name is Maazị Chidozie Onoha, known as the Biafran striker Afunwe Lotanna. I hail from Avutu. Avutu is in Obo local government, Imo State, Biafra land. And I want to use this medium to thank our people, the people of Biafra, on this special and heroic day in Biafra land and in our history as a people, being 30th May. I want to thank and also appreciate our leadership led by the DOS, which is headed by Maazị Chika Edoziem and other IPOB representatives across the world. Also our Asian rep, and our able national coordinator here in the person of Maazị Okechukwu, and all the principal officers here in India that make today possible for all of us to gather here. And also I want to thank each and every one of us for recognizing who we are first, and also making it important to come here to celebrate our fallen heroes and heroines. I want to use this little opportunity to share my own personal experience. 7 years ago, 30th of May 2016, when we gathered to also remember our fallen heroes and heroines. We were ambushed by the Nigerian Joint Military Force,
and they shot at us like as if we are not humans. Because what happens that day was very terrible. It was better imagined than experienced. It was a very, very terrible day for every Biafran. We gathered only for them to do what? To ambush us and shot at sight. There was a video I was watching here. That video was that particular day at the spot that where I was shot. You see someone that we are dragging out from the military, we are dragging him out from the gutter. That was because it is an open road. There was nowhere you can escape. They shot at us. Some of us entered inside the gutter to see if they can escape on that day. But the military came there inside the gutter and shot them dead, take their corpse away. You know, it was a terrible experience, and in so many occasions we have witnessed it. This one is on February 9, 2016, also that same year. The day our leader was going to the court, and our people gathered in Aba High School to pray for the victory of our leader, and they were ambushed by the Nigerian military. Many of them were shot dead. This is what we have continued to experience in the country called Nigeria, which is not our country, and it is not our will to be called Nigerians. We are called Nigerians by force, because the British came to amalgamate that country and join us together with the barbaric people from the north. They drive joy in killing our people. One encouragement I have to give all of us here is that we should never, ever give up, because we have laid down so many sacrifices in this journey. Our people have been killed, and they are still killing them on a daily basis. We here are the only hope our people back home have to push this struggle forward, because they cannot do much. They are expecting us never to give up. And we encourage all of us to, if you know what we can do, double your effort, do more to make sure that we actualize our dream, to make sure that we give our children better lives in Biafra land. Because what we are suffering today in the hands of Nigerian government, if we fail to restore Biafra, our children are going to suffer 100 times of what we are passing through in the hands of Nigerian government. So we will do everything possible to make sure that we secure that future, we secure that land for our people, our children, and our children unborn, for them to live a good life, for them to live in a country that their life will worth something. Because as we are now in Nigeria, our life does not worth anything. We cannot sit here the way we are sitting here in our own, in the country we call, in the land we call our own land. We cannot gather in a place like this freely without being attacked by the Nigerian military. So I will encourage each and every one of us to do what? When they said, like our leader used to say before, that a day of lamentation is coming to an end. A day will come when we will face them squarely, when we will confront them in any way they want it. And for us to be able to achieve that, we need our support. It will be a collective support from each and every one of us. If you know in whichever way you can support this struggle, I'm begging you, please do that and double your effort. For the sake of our people back home, for the sake of our children, born and unborn, we have to do what? Do everything humanly possible to make sure that we restore Biafra. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. IPOB. IPOB. Ikogulonu. Are you guys tired? Are you tired? We also want to recognize all of you women who have joined us today. Friends of Biafra, lovers of freedom. If you look around, you are going to see very pretty women that are here today, and these are mothers. We are banking on them for the future. We are banking on them to give us the next generation of Biafrans. So you guys are so wonderful. You guys host a lot. In fact, you hold a very pivotal role in this quest for Biafra and for the future. So we also appreciate all of you. Why going forward? I think some people are looking tired. I think some of us, and maybe as humans, we might want to refresh ourselves. So if in any way you feel hungry, please, you can go outside and have our caterers to give you something to eat. So while we proceed with the program. So please, in any way you feel hungry, please do yourself a favor by going outside and have something to cheer up with. Because enwekwa agego bia forever. Enwe mo agego bia forever. Huh? Enwe mo agego bia forever.
IPOB. IPOB. Please, people should go out and refresh themselves. While we wait, when we return back, then we'll do one or two programs, then we'll close.
we are not done. We have a few programs to cover, then we can go to our destinations. How are you? You want to say something? All hail Biafra. No problem. Of course, no problem. I'm okay. No problem. Please, we encourage people to come in, please, so that we can start. We can resume our program, and so we can be able to finish on time. We have people coming from a very far distance. Okay, so we can finish on time and have people with families, people with kids, to go home on time, please. Please come inside and get seated. Come inside and get seated, please. I encourage you to come inside. Once you're done eating, please come inside and get seated. Take your seat, sit down while we proceed with what we have before we call it a wrap.
On the night.
Please, let's come in. Our people outside, please. We are encouraging you to come in as soon as possible. Please, Biafrans, we have to be disciplined enough to make here conducive for everybody, please. People outside, come in, please. We have few programs to cover, please. Let's go.
world leaders. Now, in 2023, the world, we are seeing war. We are seeing war between Russia and Ukraine. So, what do you think is like, the future? When do you think that we will?
It is important because we are not living anything on its own. We are marching. That is basically toward our freedom. Nothing will stop us because any what we call us in the future, we are ready to gain our freedom, and that freedom will not be. One thing we need from the world today is that the world should come to an end because Biafra is a thorn in the flesh of humanity. Because the world was with their eyes open and genocide was committed by the Nigerian and British in Biafra. And since then, the world has not said anything. Till this moment, they keep giving our pain. So that is why freedom is not given. Freedom is taken. And we will do everything humanly possible to protect our freedom.
Today, as you celebrate Remembrance Day, this is for all the people who have killed victims of genocide.
You mean our people that are in India? We have over 100,000 or 5,000 of us. Biafrans are in different parts of the world. This particular IPO is over 130.
We have the other gentleman, so I'll ask him to join here. You can please come here.
Thank you.
Can you introduce yourself? You want to talk about this movement?
So, Mazi, I got play the clip of Professor Innocent Odeni. They play that clip. Then, we handle those. Because today I bali mother bali ali came.
Lot of thanks.
Yeah. Which one?
This lot of thanks by maybe the coordinators.
Yeah.
It wasn't prayer, but before them I tried to place it that distance.
Okay. It's okay. Man, the media one. Obodo anwe ko obodo adio.
But now I told you, whenever it's for freedom, like what they told you, he remembering also about the pumper plan. That is the same way the other people perceive it.
Yeah, but they don't want to say it.
Yeah, they're not going to tell you because they don't want you to perceive them as not in support of what you're doing.
Yeah.
The fact is that they themselves cannot jeopardize the Indian relation with Nigeria.
Yeah.
From my perspective, I understand everything.
But him and Andy by no bruise. Photo Galabana has a bully who are you?
We have to make our efforts, right? I make effort there.
I get respond. I give you my. I give you.
We just have to do what we can. Then the rest are easier. So
no, they are. I get easy shaga because I'm not having no because I only people to this clip now drive.
Event I will here today.
Yeah. Then I guys prepare for.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. I think some of us, at least, we have refreshed ourselves for now, and we can be able to proceed with a few programs we have here before we call it a wrap. Going forward, I want, as a moment of relaxation, right? I want all of us to observe a speech or an extract from one of our Professor Innocent Chukwuike Odenibo. He wrote his experience about the Biafran genocide. So we have the clip here. We want all of you to observe from his context what the Biafran war looked like. And when I say from his context, this is something very, very close to what we are talking about. At least 95% close to what we are talking about. So please, I will urge you to focus on the screen while we play this video. Thank you.
The international community as well to what the Biafrans are fighting for. That is the restoration of the Republic of Biafra. The series of injustice perpetrated against the people of Biafra was initiated by a mercenary soldier working on behalf of the British government. His name was Frederick Lugard. In the year 1914, Lugard, as colonial administrator and friend of the House of Fulani, using his connections with the British colonial office, committed the most outrageous fraud in human history by unilaterally declaring the amalgamation of northern and southern protectorates in our part of Africa and naming these territories Nigeria. This British mercenary did not consult the people before forcing them into an unholy union of his dreams. The name Nigeria was really a coinage from two words, Niger, that is the river Niger, and area, meaning the area of land around the river Niger. It does not require a rocket scientist or a wordsmith to forge this name. I understand that the name was in fact suggested by Lugard's wife. For Lugard to choose the name Nigeria for his contraption is clear evidence he was only interested in the land and its resources, not in the well-being of people of diverse cultures inhabiting the land. So, ab initio, the name Nigeria was only a geographical description without any cultural or historical content, and has remained so up till today. For even Lugard himself described the North and the South as oil and water that can never mix. About 30 years into Lugard's experiment, in 1945 to be exact, the first catastrophe struck. Biafrans were slaughtered in northern Nigeria by the House of Fulani as a clear expression of their resentment of the amalgamation. In 1953, the Northerners struck again. Once more, Biafrans were the victims. The Nigerian census of 1956 was rigged in favor of the Northerners by their British friends, who inflated the population figures for the North to the detriment of the South. The pre-independence federal elections were similarly rigged by the departing British colonial administrators to benefit the North against the South. It was not therefore surprising that a few years after independence, Nigeria descended into anarchy and chaos. This time again, Biafrans were the target. chased away from all over Nigeria, as hundreds of thousands of them were murdered in northern Nigeria. In May, July, August, September, and October 1966, Biafrans were hounded and massacred all over northern Nigeria by the Hausa Fulani shouting Araba, Araba, meaning secession. The bruised and battered Biafrans returned to the safety of their homeland to nurse their wounds, abandoned by the federal government of the country to which they were supposed to belong. A national conference was held in Aburi, Ghana, under the chairmanship of General Ankara, the Ghanaian head of state. Far-reaching agreements aimed at keeping Nigeria together were concluded between General Jicho-Kubwa, representing Nigeria, and General Jicho-Kubwa, representing the people of Biafra. But in a most arrogant display of power, Nigeria unilaterally annulled those agreements. The Biafrans had no other choice but to declare their independence on May 30, 1967. Instead of allowing Biafrans to nurse their wounds in the peace of their homeland, Nigeria, propelled by sheer hatred and arrogance of power, declared a war of aggression against the beleaguered Biafrans. Nigeria wanted the land of Biafra without the people of Biafra, and conducted a 3-year genocidal war to achieve that purpose. At the end of it all, about 3.5 million Biafran men, women, and children were killed in their homeland. I have never read anywhere that people of different cultures and religions had been forced to unite by sheer military means. The American Civil War was a unique case. Prior to that war, all the states had voluntarily consented to join the Union after a gruesome war of independence against the British. But when the southern states refused to give up slavery and decided instead to secede from the Union, the northern states, led by Abraham Lincoln, took up arms against the South as a matter of principle. The North believed that since all men were created equal, it was unjust for people to own slaves as private property. The American Civil War was not in reality to unite the country, but a war in defense of human rights to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. In its genocidal enterprise, Nigeria obtained the ready military and diplomatic assistance of Britain, the former Soviet Union, Spain, the then Organization of African Unity led by the former Ethiopian head of state, Emperor Haile Selassie, the non-aligned nations led by President Tito of former Yugoslavia, and the United Nations Organization led by U Thant. The lie being bandied about by Britain and Nigeria was that if Biafra was allowed to secede from Nigeria, the whole of Africa would be afflicted by the disease of secession. Shamelessly, the so-called civilized world colluded with Nigeria in the massacre of millions of Biafran men, women, and children. The principle of human rights was thrown to the winds. Biafra was strangled by overwhelming military force, diplomatic fraud, and starvation. Even Christian charity organizations and the International Red Cross were dissuaded and frustrated by Britain and Nigeria from delivering urgently needed food materials and medicine, which would have saved lives. Whether we believe it or not, there is a great being who is in control of events on earth. Some refer to him as Karma. We call him God. Nigeria thought that once Biafra was defeated in battle, everything would be all right, and she would live happily ever after. There is no way you can spill the blood of 3.5 million people and expect that there would not be some retribution. We all know what is happening to Nigeria today. What of the greatest ally of Nigeria? War against Biafrans, Britain. One quiet afternoon early this year, 2 machete-wielding Nigerian extremists attacked a British soldier and killed him in broad daylight and bragged about it. That event was one of the greatest insults inflicted on a world power such as Britain. Right now, Scotland is in the process of seceding from Britain after about 400 years of marriage voluntarily entered into by England and Scotland. Yet, it was the same Britain that scared the world stiff about the impending balkanization of Africa, should Biafra go its way, and led the chorus of the sanctity of the territorial integrity of Nigeria as the Biafran War of Independence raged on. I do not know what will happen to the territorial integrity of Britain when Scotland eventually secedes. The truth is that a territory can never be more important than the people who live in it. That is a basic principle of human rights. But the British government, under the leadership of Harold Wilson, did not believe that the Biafran people were entitled to the same human rights which British people enjoyed. That is why Harold Wilson is one of the least respected world leaders today. As leader of the Organization for African Unity, Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia campaigned against the existence of Biafra because he believed that if he was allowed to exist, the province of Eritrea, which was then part of Ethiopia, would secede. But in spite of Haile Selassie, Eritrea is now an independent nation. What about President Tito of Yugoslavia? As leader of the non-aligned nations, President Tito campaigned against Biafra because he feared that his country would break if Biafra were allowed to exist. Where is Yugoslavia today? In the dustbin of history. Out of the ashes of Yugoslavia emerged 4 or 5 countries in spite of President Tito. Now, the former Soviet Union supplied Nigeria with all the MiG fighter planes with which it terrorized, killed, and maimed Biafran men, women, and children in their homes, in marketplaces, in schools, in churches, in hospitals, and in refugee camps. Where is the great Soviet Union today? In the dustbin of history. From the ashes of the former Soviet Union emerged 15 independent countries, including Russia. What of Egypt? While it was not clear whether the Egyptian government cooperated with Nigeria during its war against Biafra, it was common knowledge that Egyptian pilots were responsible for the indiscriminate bombing and strafing of civilian targets that accounted for the loss of thousands of lives. They were probably mercenaries who did not want to risk their lives and therefore avoided raiding the war fronts. Since they must discharge their bombs and kill some people, they frequently went for soft targets such as markets, schools, and hospitals. After all, they knew they were engaged in a war of extermination anywhere, and the civilized world was behind it. See what is happening in Egypt today. Not so good. By contrast, the 5 countries that recognize Biafra, namely Tanzania, Zambia, Gabon, Ivory Coast, and Haiti, have enjoyed peace and stability till today. Their heads of state at the time of the Biafran saga, namely Dr. Marimu Julius Nyerere, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, Mr. Omar Bongo, Mr. Ufe Boigny, and Papa Doc, Francois Duvalier, were some of the most respected statesmen in the world. Tanzania has not disintegrated, even though it is a union between mainland Tanganyika and the island of Zanzibar off the coast of East Africa. A union voluntarily agreed by the 2 entities without a land border, but with strong cultural and historical ties. Where was the United Nations Organization on the blight that was Biafra? Missing in action. The world body never for once had testimony from the Biafran people. It listened only to Nigeria because Britain, as a permanent member of the Security Council, thwarted all effort by Biafra to present her case to the world, and by implication defeat the United States on the issue of Biafra. It is now time for Nigeria to pay its debt to history. It is the wish of everybody concerned that Nigeria should disappear peacefully, letting the component parts go their ways after 100 years of an unholy marriage that has refused to work. Or Nigeria may choose to die a violent death. This will make no sense, since too many lives have already been lost, and the land is soaked in blood. Since all things made by mortal man must perish, so shall Nigeria, made by Frederick Lugard and his wife, cease to exist. And from its ashes, the Republic rebels. The case of India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh is one worthy of emulation. So also are the cases of former Czechoslovakia, former Yugoslavia, Ethiopia and Eritrea, as well as Sudan and Southern Sudan. Thomas Jefferson, writing the American Declaration of Independence, said, and I quote, "When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, and that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." This idea goes back to Athens of the 5th century BC, when Socrates spoke of a law of God respected by all, barbarian and Greek alike, or in the Antigone of Sophocles from the 5th century BC, when Antigone appealed to the law of God that is the same for all over the world, and justifies any action that might break the laws of men. Cicero defined natural law in his works of moral values as the law of God revealed in the reason of his universe. It is one law, valid in all places and in all times. It will be the same in Athens and in Rome and in every future nation to come, for that law rests with God, and there are consequences for breaking the law of God. I I hope the United Nations will be alive to its responsibility this time around, and that the international community will stop playing games with African lives. The loss of 3.5 million Biafran lives can never be in vain. That would run counter to the principles of natural justice, laws of nature and of nature's God. The people of Biafra have waited all these years for reason and common sense to prevail, for justice to be done, so that old and current wounds can start to heal, and the spirits of 3.5 million Biafran men, women, and children can start to rest in peace. It is time for the restoration of the Republic of Biafra. God bless people of goodwill around the world, and God bless Biafra. Thank you.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. IPOB. I thank everyone for paying attention. The calmness is very encouraging that we listen or watch the very concise Biafran history, especially about the genocide, as it's been detailed or demonstrated by one of our comrades, our hero, Professor Innocent Chukwuike Odenibo. So I thank you all, and I believe that all of us here have learned correctly a little bit about Biafra today, and I implore that that will serve as a source of strength going forward for all of us. Yes, because as one of our comrades said here, that we should not relent in this cause for Biafra, because it is very, very dangerous to stop now, honestly speaking, because our enemies have understood how capable we are. They have understood what we are capable of doing, and honestly speaking, day after day, the space is closing. They are doing everything possible to stop us. So stopping now means that we are going to have more death than chasing this freedom, honestly. Because the last thing, they see the event of 67 to 70 today as a mistake, honestly. They see it as a mistake because that gave them the opportunity to make sure that we never arise again. But the fact is that there's something that comes with the spirit of freedom. You cannot stop a determined soul. People who are ready to get freedom, you cannot stop them. And the mistake they made is that they overemphasized or they overestimated the power of guns and bullets, because a people cannot be stopped by guns and bullets. It has been demonstrated everywhere. India is a clear case of that. The British people were here for over close to nearly 200 years. They did all sorts of things in this land. But the fact is that the resilience of the Indian people, the day Indians wake up and say, enough is enough, they fought for it. India fought for independence nearly 90 years. It is mind-blowing. So in that 90 years, before the start of independence of India, or the fight for independence of India, a lot of people have died. They have been subjugated. They have been maligned to an extent you know what? It's enough. And they began their campaign for independence. And upon that, millions of Indians died, right? So the event of the women of Bengal is a clear case of that. British people, I don't know if we know about the Harold Wilson syndrome. Harold Wilson syndrome. This was the British Prime Minister during the Biafran War. And this particular ploy by the British, this is not the first time they're demonstrating it. Our case is not the first time that British have demonstrated how to use hunger, starvation, and blockade to weaponize the people, which we understand that in the UN Charter is against the law. You don't use that during war. You don't use that. But they used it in India, and millions died for that. And they did it in Biafra land and else, a lot of places in the world where they have colonized, conquered, and enslaved. So, but the good news today is that we are here, and we are doing what we should do. So on this, I am encouraging everybody here to be good, be a patriot of Biafra, be a good person of Biafra. As well, channel your energy where it's supposed to be. Because, like I said, we don't have, all of us here understand that we don't have it except Biafra, right? It's the same way we should understand that if we lose this time, it is going to be difficult for us to get anywhere else in the world to stay. We are not Indians, we cannot be here forever. We are not Spanish, we can't be in Spain forever. We cannot be comfortable or live forever in more than 100 countries that IPOB is domiciled today. We have to understand it. Some of us today, in countries of the world where we live, we complain about racism, we complain about marginalization by the host countries and all the rest of it. But the fact is that if we can't do for ourselves what we're supposed to do, we don't expect people outside us to do it for us. If, to some extent, I understand that we face enormous humiliation outside. But let me tell you, if you understand what it takes to be free, if you understand what freedom brings, if you understand the sacrifice it takes to be free, it's going to be difficult for you to go to another man's land and dictate for him or she how he treats you, if you cannot treat yourself that way in your own land. So there's enormous dangers ahead if we fail to accomplish this time. Sometimes the reason why freedom is difficult is not because you die, no. The reason why it's difficult is because there's enormous endurance that comes with it. If you don't know how to endure, you can't fight for freedom. Indians did it for 90 years. I don't know how long we are going to do it before it comes. But the fact is that if we fail to continue this journey till it comes, it's going to be better that we stop bearing kids and forget about everything. Because if we do, they are going to have hell on earth. The people, our enemies, will make sure that they will never have the opportunity we have today. So it is too dangerous to stop. So this is a sign of, or a moment of encouragement to everybody here, from principal officers to members of IPOB, to non-IPOB members who are Biafrans, to friends of Biafra, Indians, our friends, people who enjoy to be free, who enjoy to be in India. Because the reason why we are here today in India is because India is free. If India is not free, you cannot be here, right? So all of you guys, Indians, who also understand what it means to be free, because I believe that this process we are going through today, you have passed through it. So I encourage you to support us in your capacity, anywhere you can. It means a lot to us. Give us whatever help you can, whatever assistance you can, as far as we are here, and as far as the fight for Biafra lasts. So I am encouraging everybody here today to buckle up and understand that where we are going is far. It might not come today, it might not come tomorrow, but I can assure you that if you are determined, if we are bearing kids, if we are disciplined enough to continue in this journey, no matter what happens. One clear case about it is one of our brothers who were shot, the brother that gave the story about how they were ambushed in Nigeria, shot at sight. But he's here today and he's continuing. That's a spirit of resilience, speaking. So I want us to understand that with discipline, with resilience, we are untouchable because history have defined it and it has happened over and over again. That no people on earth who are determined to get what they want has been left devastated. It might take time, yes, like ours. Nigeria managed to slow it down in the 60s, but the fact is that we are here, and we are here better and stronger. And I believe that this time is going to be different, but it depends on us. Nobody can stop us. The only person that can stop Biafrans from getting freedom is Biafrans. Only us. If we stop, and Britain, of course, they are superpowers. They are very capable. They have all the diplomacy in the world. They have the military might. They have what it takes to fight. Yes, we know. We know their empire have lasted for centuries. We know they have conquered, colonized, and all that. But the fact is that in more than 60 countries that Britain have colonized, conquered, and experimented with, today most of them are free. And maybe we can learn how to do it from them. All right? So today, I'm encouraging everybody that we are the ones holding the key to our success. Nobody can do it for us. Stop looking for help wherever. Help is nowhere. Don't look at United Nations. They are not good enough to help you. Don't look at your politicians. They are part of your problem. Don't look at your businessmen. Don't look at your rich brothers and all that, who you think that they are good enough to sponsor this movement. It's a lie. Because over time, there haven't been a place in the world where they fought for freedom by rich men. They don't fight for freedom. The people that fight for freedom are people like us, all of us here. Those people that are bearing the brunt, we are the people that are good enough to fight for freedom in all shapes. So I am encouraging you, don't deter, don't think that miracle will happen somewhere. It doesn't work like that. I haven't read in history where it states that, but you must keep fighting until maybe help comes. So I encourage you today, keep doing your best, keep sustaining this movement of IPOB, because we understand that this is an organization with honesty and trust that have lived to this height. So you are well recognized. You might not understand, but honestly speaking, people you are battling with, they understand how powerful you are. So that is what I'm revealing to you today, that you have to keep doing your best. You have to continue in this manner you are until freedom comes. Thank you very much. God bless you.
IPOB. 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 One family. Ozioma Nnamdi akpotewa ye n'ụra. Ozioma Nnamdi akpotewa ye n'ụra. Ozi nwa Chineke akpotewa ye n'ụra. Ozioma Nnamdi akpotewa ye n'ụra. Ebe ka unu si? Ebe ka unu n'ala? Ayama nrapụ Biafra gawa ebe ọzọ ga-biri. Ayama nrapụ Biafra gawa ebe ọzọ ga-biri. Biafra ga-adị ndụ. Save my... Let us shout. Oh, Biafra. Take my boots off when I die. To the God. If I happen, surrender and die for Biafra. Biafra, save my boots off when I die. Ikwere na Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Ikwere na Biafra, welele mofe aka gị elu. Nwanne ikwere na Biafra, Biafra ga-abịarịrị. Ikwere na Biafra, welele m ofe aka gị elu. Ikwere na Biafra, Biafra ga-abịarịrị. Ikwere na Biafra, welele m ofe aka gị elu. Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Why you delay? Come and save your nation. Oh Biafra, why you delay? We are Biafrans, fighting for our freedom. In the name of Jicho-Kubwa, we shall conquer. We are Biafrans, fighting for our freedom. In the name of Jicho-Kubwa, we shall conquer. IPOB, IPOB, one family. I want to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for your support, for your contribution, for your consistency, and for your patience. Especially today, as we gather here to commemorate with Biafrans worldwide in remembrance of our fallen heroes, as Biafrans celebrate their fallen heroes worldwide, we also gather here today to do the same. And we've been here since morning. It may be some of the invitees disappointed us somehow, but it was not a disappointment because one of the dignitaries we invited here with his family was involved in a ghastly motor accident, and they lost somebody. He typed me a message. I showed Mr. Chibu and some of our comrades here. So I would urge you all not to be disappointed. This type of things used to happen. But one thing is sure, our movement is still proceeding without fail. And we are going to the ministries to submit our memorandums and the coverage we have done here in accordance with the agreement we had before we proceed to this particular place. Because there was a reason that prompted us to come here to spend a huge amount of money, and that reason will not fail. As far as I'm concerned, the belief and confidence you have bestowed on me, don't remove it. Don't be disappointed. We are still in the same direction. Nothing has changed. So I want to use this opportunity to encourage you, to motivate your spirit, not to be low, because I can see some people, some of you, your spirit is low. But I know when my sheep, right? As a shepherd, I know my sheep. When your spirit is low, I know. When your spirit is high, I as well know, because you are my people. I have been with you for quite some time. The assurance is that we are still in the same direction and we are migrating with a tremendous velocity. Nothing will stop us. See, the issue of the coming of Biafra cannot be stopped by any human being, even spirit. No matter what it is, anything that will stand on our way to freedom will be crushed into dust. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu could withstand whatever that has been done, meted against him till this moment, even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the position of collecting millions of dollars, houses anywhere around the world, oil blocks and all the rest of it. But he refused all those things just because of me and you. Why should you be demoralized? Maybe because of little things that happen. We don't need to be demoralized. Since we came here, it touched me so seriously. I was not like the way it used to be, but what can I do? If we have done our best, but this place, apart from what happened today, me and you knows how these people behave. To disappoint someone is not like anything unto them. This is how it happened here. And what I'm telling you is exactly the way it is. So, my dear brothers and sisters gathered here, I want to encourage you to be in the same spirit, because we are good to go and we are going well. As far as this particular journey we have come here today is concerned, this coverage, the whole speeches we made, the whole things we displayed here today will be presented to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Home Affairs. So is it not the same thing? They have asked us to provide all these things, and we are going to appoint the coordinators and some of our principal officials. I will not go, they will go. So that whatever we have told you, you go and confirm by yourself. I wouldn't want anybody to be disappointed. That is what I'm trying to let the House to understand, because everything we have said, we are doing it in accordance with the agreement we had from the inception. So, be that as it may, I want to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of you who has been patient enough to stay up to this moment. Our program is about to come to an end. And we appreciate you for your contribution, for your support, for everything you have done, especially our children. They have done us proud today. And Biafrans worldwide will not cease to tell the story of what happened here today because it's streamed live. What we are doing, even as I stand here now, the world is watching me through Facebook. That is one of the good things that has happened here. So, having said that, I want to say that this year's 2023 Biafran Heroes Remembrance Day in India is a successful one. I have declared it. It is a successful one. And our journey commences, as I promised, immediately after this program. There is what we have discussed, which I am not in liberty to say here. That is going to commence in next 2 days or more. We are moving forward and our plans are intact. Nothing changes, and everybody should also bear in mind that what we are doing in India is exactly what we have discussed. So I want to use this opportunity to thank all our coordinators, all our principal officers, and all our members from the 14 zones of India, the people of West Mumbai, Navy Mumbai, Kolkata, Bangalore, Tamil Nadu. Here in New Delhi, Haryana, that means in Gurugram, UP, that means in Greater Noida. Then here in New Delhi, we have our zones like Palam, we have Chanda Vihar, we have Vikas Puri Shapura, we have North Delhi and West Delhi, we have Vikas Puri and Devli Road. I say, Jicho-Kubwa Kabiama, Vasant Kunj and the Devli Road. I said, Jicho-Kubwa Kabiama continue to strengthen you, provide for you, give us every enablement required for us to deliver this work, because this work must be delivered. And we must deliver it diligently. And we pray that all of us, whether you are here or not, as far as you are a Biafran and you believe on what we believe on, we are pursuing, you are going to be alive when Biafra will come and beyond. And you are going to benefit from the benefit of the suffering we have put so far. May Jicho-Kubwa Kabiama bless each and every one of us who are here today. And as we are about to go back to our various destinations, we pray unto God to lead us safely to our various destinations where we came from. We shall not meet any problem along the road while going. We shall reach home safely without any problem in the name of Jicho-Kubwa Kabiama. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and may God bless each and every one of us. I got choka somebody. I don't understand what you're saying. Biko, I need Rofuonye. More Chineke metutara n'ime. I will not force anybody. Just volunteer yourself to come and lead us in a closing prayer. Ka anyị ike puzie n'iroga see photo.
Let us all stand up in prayer. Ọ bụ n'aha Chukwu okike abịama. Ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke. Chineke ọkpara, Chineke nke mmụọ nsọ. Chukwu okike abịama, onye pụrụ ime ihe niile, ga-aga n'ogwu. Amama amasị ya amasị olori ihe lori ihe lori enyi. Anyị na-ekene gị n'ụbọchị nke taata. N'ebe i mere ka anyị dị ndụ n'ala dị ndụ. N'ebe i mere ka anyị wa bụ ndị dị ndụ n'ụbọchị nke taata gbakọta ọnụ ma tọrọ gị mma mma ma bulie gị elu n'ebe ị mere ka anyị gbakọta n'ụbọchị nke taata ma cheta ndị nna nna anyị ndị nke gburu n'agha, ndị nke gburu na arọ 1967 to 1970, ndị nke gburu n'ụbọchị na-adịghị anya. Chineke onye bi n'eluigwe, anyị na-ekene gị n'ụbọchị nke taata na-asị ka anyị gbakọrọ n'ụbọchị nke taata wee cheta ndị ụmụ Biafra egburu. Chineke na arọ na-abịanụ n'ihe anyị ga-eji wee gbakọ ọzọ bụ ka anyị wee tụọrọ gị mma mma na inwere onwe Biafra n'aha Chukwu okike abịa ma eze onye nwe anyị na Chineke, anyị na-ekpe ekpere n'ụbọchị nke taata na-asị wee na-ayọ na-asị ka ha na-abụ ndị ajọ mmadụ na ndị ajọ mmụọ nke si na Biafra agaghị abịa. Chukwu okike abịa ma ha ga-eji ala wee zere mmiri. Ka ha na-abụ aka ji onye isi anyị bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu si na aga arapụ ya. Chukwu okike, anyị na-asị ka ha bụrụ ndị ihere ga-eme n'oge na-adịrị anya. Ndị nke sịrị na Biafra agaghị abịa ebe ọbụla ha si, ha bụ ndị Britain, ha bụ ndị Zoo. Chukwu okike abịa ma anyị na-asị ka atụmatụ ha kpụọ na n'aha Chukwu okike abịa ma anyị ekwubie n'ụbọchị nke taata si na aka ji Biafra na aka ga-agbaji n'aha Chukwu okike abịa ma njem nnwere onwe anyị ga na-aga siriri were n'aha Chukwu okike abịa ma ọpụpụ na mbata ndị Biafra ga-abụ siriri were n'aha Chukwu okike abịa ma onye ndu anyị bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, ọ ga-apụta n'ike na ebube jiri flag Biafra ma pụta n'aha Chukwu okike abịa ma ka anyị bụ ụmụ Biafra nke bi na mba niile. Chukwu okike abịa ma anyị na-ayọ gị nyere anyị aka, nyere anyị aka ma kwara anyị ụzọ n'ebe ụzọ na-adịrọ. Ka anyị wa bụ ụmụ Biafra bụ ụgwa n'ihe ga-echie na ana anyị n'oge na-adịrị anya. Ka anyị wee tọrọ gị mma mma ma bulie gị elu wee jaa gị mma ka mba ụwa mara na ọgwụ a bụ Chukwu okike abịa na ọgwụ a bụ chi anyị. N'ihi na anyị adịghị agwọ ọgwụ, anyị adịghị eme ihe ọjọọ. Ihe anyị ma bụ na ihe anyị na-eme bụ ngam n'iru nke nwere onwe. Chineke, anyị na-asị gị mere anyị ebere ebe ọ bụla ka anyị si wee mejọ ma megide gị. Gbaghara anyị ma anyị Biafra, ka anyị chie na ana anyị ma tụọrọ gị mma mma n'ikpete maazụ ka ndị ụwa mara na ọgwụ abụchi anyị n'aha Chukwu okike abịa ma IPOB, one greatest family. Ndewo n'ụmụ Chineke.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Because Unapulilo, don't go outside. We want to take picture here. Let's take picture here, please.
Yes.
It's a picture.